What's up, everybody? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here. It's going to be me for a little bit just by myself because we had a few things going on. Tank actually had, I don't know, you guys used to see, if you see Tank on here with us, he has his cat all the time with him. And Daphne passed away, had to be put down today. And it's a very tough time for him. And I didn't, just want to support him, tell him that I love him and that definitely understand all the stuff you're going through. And I'm sorry that it's happened to you, but I won't be alone all this time. Anzo's finishing up one of his streams, and then Brandman will be jumping on around 10:30. But I just wanted to make sure I was here with you guys. But the first thing is definitely prayers for you, Tank, and happy that you had to spend the time. And I'm happy you're taking the time you need to kind of get through all this stuff. So I appreciate you, man, and I love you. So what's up, everybody? Once again, I don't know if you guys see my t-shirt though. It says a handshake is available on request. So I saw this t-shirt and I was like, I have to have that because Milchek is Seth is awesome. I also have here next to me, if you guys see, my macro data refiner orientation booklet. So I went and got this off online, and it goes through all the stuff. Specifically, it goes through welcome to the Lumon family. What does it mean to be severed? What does it mean to be a refiner? How do I know what to work on? What are the 4 kinds of numbers? How do I refine a number cluster? All about refining numbers, office dress code, health and hygiene, interdepartmental fraternization, the wellness center, communication with your Audi, work incidents, incentives, and Lumon core principles. Very cool book. I was enjoying reading this earlier, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. It's like reading a Walmart book, but that's basically what was happening. I'm glad you guys came in. I'm going to read all your comments because you guys are going to be helping me do the show today. We got Jeeves in the building. We got Dr. Deb that told me to take my time. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, great to see you. Missed you last week. 100%. Good evening. What's up, Nikisha? So Dr. said, just finished watching your video. Great again. You are doing a really good job, especially you're explaining a lot of details and you're seeing things that other people don't necessarily always bring up. So I guess that you have some really good insight, but obviously I know that because I've been doing all these reviews with you anyway. So of course we know how good your insights are. So I checked out your review earlier today when I was shopping and loved it. Thank you, Jeeves. It's so cool. I'm so used to listening instead of being listened to. I really like reviewing with my daughter. I think getting your ideas out are, just it's refreshing sometimes to be able to get all those ideas and put them out there and tell everyone what you're thinking, and then have someone else bounce those ideas off off you with you. So it's great that you're doing it. I mean, you're doing a wonderful job. So the dynamic between you and your daughter is endearing. When I first started, we did it for Black Excellence in February, and I think it's like 2 or 3 years ago. I did it with my father. So he was a doctor, he was a psychologist, and him and I'm more analytical. He's a lot more on the psychological side, and it was really interesting. It was whole lot of fun to do those things. We got Delta Dan in the building. What's good, everybody? So thanks, Dr. Dan. I'm lucky that she's 17. She likes spending time with me still. I'll be lucky if my girls are like that too. That's amazing. So your daughter is a natural. Her insights are phenomenal at her age. Really enjoying the discussion. Yeah. Keisha said, just finished making my coffee for the night. So we ready. I got my teas here, so I know we can keep it going too. She's equally lucky to have you. Oh, you guys are amazing. So sorry to Tank. Send our love too. Appreciate that. Let Tank know that we're thinking about him. Sorry for his loss. Yeah, I was messaging with him earlier today. We usually talk on Saturdays and sit down, but yeah, he was not in the frame of mind to be able to talk about other things. Sometimes you just want to reminisce and kind of get over those things with yourself, even though you know what's coming, because we know Daphne was sick. Knowing, having your best friend for 17 years, it's a hard time, man. It really does. So that sucks. My dog's name is Daphne. See, my dog's name is Bailey. He is now 15 years old, and I'm like, that day, it's gonna be a terrible, terrible day. What's up, Catalyst? Sorry, Tank. Thank you guys for all the love you're giving to him. Honestly. We got Ty in the building. What's up, Ty? I'm glad I convinced you to watch Severance. I'm telling you, season 1 was great. Season 2 was even better right now. This episode 8 was interesting. We knew we were going to get more Miss Cobel, and now we kind of know her more, and understand her more, and actually understand the plot holes that we've had throughout the rest of the season. On why we've had them, what is the what's really going on with Miss Huang, and see Lumon for what it really is. It's almost like it's a entity that does like a cold town, that comes in and the entire town works in the mines. And when that dries up, the town dries up, and how it leaves the town in ruins. I think that was really interesting to see. So awesome shirt, Brian. Thank you. So I need that book. Yeah, you do. Specifically, it tells you a lot of details about things that I don't necessarily didn't think about, but they're very, I don't want to say like they've thought about a lot of things, and the reason that they're putting you in a certain place and the reason they're saying things is more obvious now, so sorry to hear about his cat. Yes. Yeah, thank you, Ace. I appreciate that. So everyone's saying hello. We got Nanette. How you doing, Nanette? I'm so glad you could jump in. So thanks. You've earned it. You're doing a good job by yourself. So that sounds so cool. Great lasting memories with your dad. It is. It's one of those things we go back and look at all the time. We were going to do it this past February, but instead we're going to do it every month now. So me and him are going to do one topic every month, and we'll release that in the middle of the month instead of doing just February. We want to do it all year round. That's kind of my point. So I love all the people in the chat, best chatting YouTube. Y'all are really good at including the viewers in the discussion. So respectful and gracious. Thank y'all for that. No, thank you guys, because honestly, it helps with the entire show, and it makes it more well rounded. We see one perspective, right? But you guys bring in other things that we don't necessarily see, and I appreciate that. And actually helps me go back and wish we could do another show afterwards, because after you said all the things you guys have said, I want to talk about more, right? And say, okay, let me dive deep into this. What about this? What we're looking up all these other aspects. So you guys are great. What's up, Tony? I ain't know the guy. I was just there with you earlier, man. I feel the exact same way. Geez, remarkable stream and chat over here. You guys are remarkable, I gotta say. Dr. Dan said, yeah, my dog is 13. Feel like she is going down a few years ago, but my girls have reinvigorated her. She's acting like she's 8 now. So when my girls are home, he is 100% with her, with them. They jump in bed. I'm like, get the dog out your bed. We don't do that. And they love him so much, and they grew up with him, and my oldest is 10. And every day of her life, she's had him, and he's been a protector every day of her life. So those type of animals, Tank just had his 2 sons, right? Daphne's was there for a decade before them, so they know, how to love through them. And that's why they become a member of your family. I really do enjoy you all on here as well, Jeeves. Yes, you guys are amazing. I'm battling a cold, Nanette. Hope you can take care of yourself. It's the temperature has been up and down like crazy. So yeah. My daughter just came to tell me good night. She asked me to thank everybody. She was smiling ear to ear. That is awesome. That is so cool. So how are you guys doing? Just trying to keep it going, guys. We're so busy, but literally this was the highlight of the whole day. I knew we had to get to this part. And I can't wait to kind of go through this episode with you, because it was a different type of episode. When we were really looking at Harmony through a different set of eyes, understanding why she's the way she is. And that's what a lot of people are. You don't understand who they are until later. See why they are the way they are. So my dog will be 9 in April. So I said mine turned 15 the day after Halloween. Hey, Tony, Dan, hope you feel better than that. Yes, it has today. It was in the 80s and now it's in the 50s. I'm in Chicago, so it was in the 50. It was 55 earlier today, and it's already 32 right now. So yes, Def, thank you. Feel better soon, guys. Awesome. I'm going to jump right into this episode because it was beautifully shot. They picked a wonderful location. I thought this was like special, like what they did with this location. I thought it was, I don't know, just perfect. And you saw the water, you see the tide coming in and out, and I think it became almost another character in the show. And then seeing the ice and seeing the icebergs, I thought it was perfect for this show specifically because what's the iceberg? You see a tip of it, the top tip of it, and then everything else is all the way at the bottom, underneath the water. Hey, what's up, Anzo?
What's up, people? What's going on? We are back.
There, man. I was just telling everybody, you already know. I was telling them about Tank and his cat, and losing him today.
He lost him, or the cat passed away.
So no, it died. Yeah. So
okay.
And they told that Daphne is done. Daphne is in pain, and he allowed him to put him down, and the cat's name is Daphne, right? But it's because before he didn't know it was a boy until like 5 years into having
That's funny. So wait.
Daphne.
So wait. Hold on. I know we're talking about something, but I guess the cat's not fixed then.
No.
Okay. So then if the cat's not fixed, then because females, they do this thing when they're in heat where they make meowing sound all the time. Like it's just crazy. He didn't realize that
he had no clue. Like he was like, by the time he's already had Daphne for 5 years. Like,
wow, that's crazy.
Oh, man, it's so funny. I was like, how?
Well, I know how it feels, you know what I mean? Because I had a dog that I had, like my dog, got him home as a puppy, and I had that dog for 14 years, and the dog passed away. So I know how it feels when you have a pet that passes away and stuff like that. It hurts, you know?
Yeah, it's like losing a member of your family. It really is.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Let's see. What are you guys saying? So I agree. The location was both stunning and haunting, and it was perfect for that. It showed.
Do you guys know where that location is?
So where is that in British Columbia? I know it's on the east.
That's Newfoundland.
It is too Newfoundland.
Oh, yeah, it's Newfoundland. My God.
Yeah. So I knew it was in Canada. I knew where the area was, but yeah, it was perfect choice.
One of those spots where you say that there's no people living out there.
Yeah, because it's 10 people. That's why it's inhabitable. They walking around no hats, no coat, no gloves. I'm like, man, y'all got some cold-blooded people, man. That don't make any sense. And that's in South Carolina. Yeah, I'm in Chicago, and Anzo up north. It doesn't even make any sense how cold it looked there. Like, man,
look like a normal day, brother.
In water. Look, and then I'm gonna get to this one scene where you can see ice on one side and water on the other, right? And then there's no way I'm driving past and seeing like glaciers.
Yeah, we don't see that over here. That's yeah. Well, technically, like we have the canal and stuff like that. In the wintertime, that shit freezes over. Yeah, 100%. You don't see glaciers in it, but pure ice. Like all the water is turned ice. So yeah.
So we got the name of the town. The town is called Salt's Neck. And she's coming in. And that's also because when we saw Miss Cobel, we saw her going to that past a sign that says Salt's Neck, 223 miles this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so she drove all the way there in her little beat up car and got there, and man, you could feel the coldness in the air. Yeah, exactly. I could feel the cold during this episode. Literally had me in my cardigan like, hey, I'll put a sweater on. Said the picture is so beautiful. Said, hey, Anzo, okay. That's why I know it's easier to tell with dogs. Yes, very much so. Said, or the balls on a girl cat. Oh man, Mr. Big, what's up? Everyone saying what's up,
What's
Anzo?
up, guys? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm glad you made it.
Couldn't let my brother do it alone. You know what I mean? He was like, "Oh, it's gonna be me and you." I was like, "All right, let's do it then." That's how we do.
This will make it big. Then I didn't even know Newfoundland was in Canada.
No, most people don't.
I did. Yeah, I know it's not in America, so it has to be Canada.
I wouldn't even go to Newfoundland. I'm just saying, like, nope, thank you, I'm good.
There's no need. So that particular iceberg reminded me of Seth's picture in his office 100%. And I thought that was even smart in the office because once again, iceberg, you see what you see above water, but like 80%, 90% of it is below water. So it's just like the show. It's what you see is one thing, but really everything that's really happening is happening below the water. You don't see it. We're setting up this huge concept. And I think that's the point.
Agreed.
So I would imagine that we could see glaciers if we went to Alaska and I went over, and that's over there. Bad, most people don't go there, but there's nothing else there. There's literally 18 people in that town.
Polar bears.
So good catch, Dr. Deb. Yes. So easternmost province. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I didn't know Newfoundland was in Canada. I thought it was on the other side of the world.
Wow.
It is. It looks like the other side of the world.
Technically, it kind of is, right? Yeah. Technically.
Do they have wildlife there? Like fishing or food, or is it too cold? So there's always fish. There's always fish. Yeah,
there's wildlife there.
The iceberg is perfect for the show, and the Lumon building too. Exactly. It's funny because the Lumon building, you only see like two little, floors, right? But you know how much is below the surface. We've seen all the things that are below the surface, and that's the whole point of this whole show. We're going to show you this much, but not realizing how deep it really goes. Just like Alice in the Wonderland, you jump you go down the hole, but you don't realize how deep that hole actually takes you.
Facts.
So yeah, they have wildlife. But we're here at Salt's Neck, Canada, and we have Miss Cobel being here. I think that this is the first time we've seen her in like 4 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And I gotta say, Patricia Arquette did a wonderful job with acting this entire episode. She was, superb, honestly. Her absolutely. Actions and everything was just, huge.
Mm-hmm. But she's always been one of the. She's been really good. She's always been a good actress.
One of the highlights.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason why you're going through the town, you've seen how the town is just kind of falling apart. And she even makes that comment when she gets to the diner. But you see how everything's old. The whole town looks old. Everything looks, just run down and run through. And this is a picture of the entire town. And this is what I'm talking about right here. This is all ice.
Watch what you say.
You see this? This is all ice right here. There's water here. There's nothing there. Why do I live in a place where the wind hurts my face? I don't know. You answer the question, Anzo. Why do you live in a place where the wind hurts your face? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't live there, right? Because the wind is always hurting your face there. But we have seasons, we just like someplace in America. We got seasons. We got spring, winter, fall, So
y'all got spring. We don't have spring.
Oh yeah, we definitely got spring.
It goes from cold to hot.
Yeah. Pretty much that's how it goes here too as well. You know what I mean? It goes from cold and then hot. But we don't just have hot, we have humidity hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. No, Chicago gets 105.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid hot. That's what we get. We're stupid. Like what we doing?
Facts.
But this town look how it's all, no one's there either though.
Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that, they made it known that the town is like that because of Lumon. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're the culprits in this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now we get Miss, or we call for this episode, we won't just call her Miss Cobel. We'll actually call her Harmony. because I mean, she's sitting there, she's brushing her teeth, whatever she got to do, and she sees this guy in the bus, right? And he pulls out a paper bag and he has this little like vial, whatever, and he puts it in the bag. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, is he eating? I didn't know what exactly was happening. As he's trying to break all this stuff down, and he takes the bag, puts it in the bag, and goes. And I'm like, okay, so he's doing drugs. Cool, whatever. And that's one way to do crack, I guess. And you see Devin is still calling, Harmony. And then look at him. He passes out. That's what I was like, whoa. It wasn't just like he did it. He did it and immediately passed out. That was nuts.
Absolutely. And it's funny too, right? Because you showed the phone, right? And last episode, we see when Devin calls Harmony, right? So now we see her phone ringing and she's not answering. So it started to get me thinking. I'm like, there's something between these two that we don't really know about yet. Because for her to be so trustworthy to call her right away like that,
she helped her with the baby.
She knows. Yeah,
she helped her with the baby, and then so she thinks she knows her.
Yeah.
So I wonder why the economy isn't based on fish, and did Lumon poison the water?
I don't know, but could be interesting if they did. I just think that they use the people in that town for experiments. You know what I mean? And I think that's what really run down the town. It's like they were just picking up people and experimenting on them and stuff like that. Because remember, shit's been going on for I think they said 20 years.
So right? She's old. I mean, she's older. So I mean, it had to be at least for her 30 or 40 years because of how old Harmony is.
Right. But I was talking about the dinner scene with Irvin, and he said how long he's been working. So it's been longer than 20 years or whatever that Lumon has been going around messing with this town. You know what I mean? So
this town is the town where Kier met his wife, and they were doing and with all that stuff with that big spoon, whatever, all the smells and all the stuff that they're talking about. I can't remember what the name of the drug is right now. I had it written down, but it's from that. And he invented it. So then that says there's fish all over the world, even the coldest place, there's fish. I mean, even narwhals, and narwhals are actually fish and they're not mammals. Y'all teach me more than my high school geography teacher right now. So yes, Patricia was phenomenal. She really was. Believe it or not, also whales live in the coldest of the oceans for so long of the year. Yeah. Like I went to Vancouver, and while I was there, I saw mini whales. It was crazy. They're looking frigid as fuck. Same here in Kansas City. Yeah. Goes from cold to hot, KC. Say in Virginia, we have all 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah.
So it snowed today, and now it's 55, and then it's going to be 77 by Wednesday. This is what we do. So I'm on the Victoria, BC side of Canada. Gorgeous.
Yeah, BC is nice.
Yeah,
definitely.
British Columbia. So there are people that like the cold and believe that some people go there for research, and then other reasons because of the most coldest places. Not very many people live there, and people want to be where people don't live. And Ansa knows all about that because, as I said, 95% of Canada.
Listen, you ain't kidding about some people liking the cold. I used to work with this dude, bro, and I could not believe he used to, like, coldest day, we had like minus 30 weather. He would walk out with one of them vests and a t-shirt on.
I'm not doing that.
Under 50. No, how are you doing that, bro? No, no.
Lakeisha, the same thing happens here as well. It just happened last week. Exactly. I had to teach my daughter what huffing was. Yeah. Or doing with paint thinners or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So cool, Jesus. One of my favorite places, Victoria Island is just lovely. So that's either some really bad drugs, some really good drugs, and that's so. But you understand? You saw Patricia, I kept saying that. Miss Cobel's guy was a drug dealer.
Yeah.
This is what he was doing. He was pushing the stuff. He had it in little vials, and hey, this one's on the house. First time is free. We all seen that, right? This ain't my first time seeing drugs.
Facts.
First one's free. Oh, you need a little pick me up here. Come see me later. That's what was going on. Victoria looks gorgeous. I've seen pictures. I do want to go some point. I say a lot of Canada is beautiful, and it's not as many people, and you guys are a lot cleaner than us. Like runoff from the factory. Yeah. So the runoff from the factory could poison innocent people, but I think it's more the drugs. The drugs what hit the town up.
Yeah,
and they talked about the child labor that was happening in that factory too. So when Harmony says, this is a lot older, the town is a lot older, it's because all the kids are gone. Because Lumon is gone. Because Lumon was there with taking all the kids.
Yeah.
So Lakeisha, that's crazy weather. I mean, I was in Birmingham in August, and I closed the curtains in my hotel room when the thunderstorm came through. The next day, I almost burned to a crisp outside. that's all the time here. Ether. Yeah, either. Well, I like to learn, and I'm always reading books about watch documentaries. The best thing I do is take a cruise to the Alaska cruise, a nonstop in Victoria. You won't regret it. That sounds beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I feel bad for you when the weather is dangerous. Right now, like I said, I have bipolar weather.
Yeah, so do we.
It's exactly what I'm saying. Last week, Wednesday, I had ice cream. It was going to be 65 tomorrow. Yeah. I don't understand it. But you know what? Anyone that says there's no such thing as global warming is lying.
Yeah, facts. And listen, I don't even want to hear you guys talk about weather because we had a snowstorm over here, and I got pictures where cars are like completely covered in snow, like from top, like completely. So
we don't do that anymore. She said, I had to stop myself from quoting Nas to teach my daughter about ether. You can't say most words. I could go through the whole thing of ether. But most words you can't say anything about because it all starts with FJZ. My grandma likes to wear shorts when it was snowing. If it's snowing is one thing, I play basketball and football and stuff. And if it's snowing, I can wear shorts. Now, when it's negative 20 degrees, I ain't wearing no shorts.
Facts.
Lakeisha, you tiptoe through the conversation real well. That ether, the shit that make you soul burn slow.
Facts.
And that's surprising because most older people are colder. But thank you, G's. I don't want to teach her too much. She's going to college this year. So you need to teach her enough to get through.
Yeah, 100%. You don't want her finding out certain things on her own.
So, okay, Ace, I see you. So, and my brother would go out in the wintertime with short sleeves and shorts until about 10 years ago. He broke his legs and had have his stole put in his legs. What? Man, a pole put in his legs. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
When my daughter was in college, she blocked me from Facebook. I don't know what she was doing. I don't want to know.
Exactly. 100%.
I will be there immediately. They don't want me to do it. Have to come in and say, what's up, Tank? Once again, we were talking about you, man. Hey, praying for you, definitely. Daphne, I'm sorry for the loss, man. Really, honestly.
Same here.
So have to come in and say Devin is a dumbass. 100%. I mean, you can't. But I don't know who to trust. Ragabi. I don't know if I should trust Ragabi either, right?
And it seems to me like, well, we'll see what happens because, and I know we're going into that, but like she puts Mark on the phone and she's like, Mark, tell me everything that happened, which means Mark is probably going to tell her. So maybe Mark has some kind of trust for her too, I guess. Cause I'd be like, no, I ain't telling you shit.
Well, he's probably out and Ragabi's already gone. So that's all you had.
I guess, but at the same time, he stopped her and was like, "Tell me something. Is Gemma still alive?" And she screamed and took off. That was the last time we seen her, right? So
yeah,
you don't want to tell me shit, but now I'm supposed to tell you stuff.
I'm supposed to trust you. Exactly.
Yeah, I get here with that.
So, Jeeves, I'm making a burner account so I can stalk her. That's exactly what you gotta do. Say, hey, Tank, so sorry for your loss. So she'll be all right. College is a crazy, crazy time. Yeah, most people when they're younger have broken bones. When they get older, they can't deal with the cold because. But my grandmother never broke a bone, dude. I still can't. My knees feel the cold. Feel it coming. So that was an Audi mark. Oh. Talking on the phone, that was an Audi mark. I'm thinking that he's more integrated, reintegrated more.
Yeah, me too.
So he understands the scope of everything.
Right. I agree. I think he's like well, I don't know if he's completely integrated, but he's definitely going to be integrated when we get to the next couple episodes. So
we're going to see him going through that transition. We only got 2 episodes left, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So my girls are young, ain't ready for social media stalking yet. But it's always in the back of my mind. I hear you. So hey, Tank, send all love to you. We all relate. Take care of yourself. Great seeing you, man. Yeah, definitely is. He better not tell her a damn thing.
That's what I'm
saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Said the way Mark said hello was too unsure. And that no, it's the arthritis that starts sticking, kicking your ass after a while. It kicks mine. I'm sure that's gonna be my knees.
God.
So while this man is outside in that cold, passed out because of the drugs, that's some good stuff, I guess. Real. Then we get to the diner and see this other older woman on oxygen. We already know that Harmony's mother was on oxygen. It seems like all these older people are having a lot of problems.
Could be the effects of the drugs. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Tank says, thanks for all the love, everyone. Appreciate it. No, we just love you, man. That's it. We want to support you.
We like you.
I love you, man. I think it's either our any mark or a brand new version of any mark. Plus, Devin was weird. She called Miss Sekvik instead of Miss Cobel, but that's the way she knows her, right? That's the way she knows it because that's the one who helped her with nursing,
with the baby,
the baby, when nursing, getting her to latch on and all that stuff. That's what she thought of, and Mark sent her over there. So I think we're going to find out Ragabi actually works for Lumon forcibly, and she's doing experiments to see if reintegration works. And when it does, she kills the person.
That's interesting. So, I still feel like Ragabi is related to Milchek somewhere.
Yeah, I think Seth and her, I could see something like that. Ragabi is not happy about what she's doing. Same here, but why people have arthritis, right? It's because they stopped moving or broke something in their bodies, and the bodies are in a weird way don't have the can't move badly. You're going to hurt more. My grandmother always healthy, and she moved around 2 years ago, and then she died when she was in her 70s. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. So now all of a sudden, Cobel is a genius, super scientist, inventor. That's exactly what we get. We found out that this entire Severance thing is all her. Harmony invented it. She drew out the pains and all of that. That's nuts. I definitely see that, G's. Ragabi always pops up, wreak havoc, and then disappear. We probably won't see her again to next season.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think she's gone. I don't think we're gonna see her.
So Blue Piece, they should have set that up better. I think so. We know that she says you're afraid of me, but we didn't know why they're afraid of her, and that's what we're hearing now. They're afraid of her because they stole her idea. It was never them that had the idea for Severance.
It was very interesting, but it also kind of makes sense as to why they didn't really kick her out and wanted to give her a different position and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It was good that she kept the proof, but I agree with you. I agree with you, Blue. Like just out of nowhere, it's like, oh, she's
a
created
genius.
it.
This is it.
Like, oh, okay. You don't get that vibe. You know what I mean? So
Yep. Yeah.
it's kind of weird. Yeah.
So we see this other older gentleman there in the diner, and once again, as I said, he's a drug dealer. He's a druggie. This is what he's doing. So he left a little vial. We're like, what is this vial and stuff? And we will find out a little bit later. But he's definitely a druggie. That's crazy. Drug dealer in the diner. Isn't that what you do? You go to the diner to be able to hand that stuff off.
Well, at the end of the day, man, there wasn't nobody in that diner, so it has to find some way to make money. It ain't from that diner.
That's true. You're not being able to pour coffee.
The
drug tables dealers are for paying customers.
Drug dealers would rather take those drugs than to buy food. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's making way more money doing the drugs than anything else.
Obviously, in that town, definitely they know where to go to get it.
But do we know what the drug is though? They never said,
so
did they?
I do remember what the drug is for and it it's like diethyl ether or something like that.
Okay.
Because they talk about in the painting, what type of plant it is. It's some type of ether though. I know that's what it is. It's like diethyl ether, I think it is.
I got you.
So let's see if one of you guys had it already. Guys are going so fast.
Yeah.
So he's pouring coffee. We see Harmony pull up, ready to go. He sees the car. He's like, who the hell is this? And he sees her again. And the way he looked at her was both love and hate. Immediately, you knew that there was some type of connection with them.
Now, didn't she say his name was Cobel? Didn't she call him Cobel? Say his name was something Cobel?
I don't remember what his name is, honestly.
I have to go back and see because I swore and I was like, wait a minute. They have the same name. So I was like, I thought it was a brother,
Hampton.
But it was Hampton?
Yeah.
Hampton what, though? She says his last name, though.
When they kissed, I didn't think that was her brother.
No, of course not. After that, yeah, of course not. I'd have to go back and see, but I could have swore I heard her say.
It just says Hampton.
It says Hampton? Okay.
Yes, it's just Hampton. It's acquaintance of Harmony.
I got you.
But she comes in, sits down, says, I'm sorry, coffee's for paying customers. She's like, no. Well, then you need to buy me a cup of coffee. That's it. He comes over there and pours a coffee. She still has a power over him. So something definitely went on. I know someone who has a power over me like that too. Her last name is Waller, because that's my last name. And no matter what I say, we can be whatever, and she'll still have that. Everyone's staring at her as she walks in. He is totally enthralled with her. He says, I need you to do something for me, but not here. Meet me at the factory. The man gets his coat and walks out the door. He's the one running this diner. She says, let's go. He says, how high, and runs out the door. Doesn't come back. Talks about locking up the door. That's it. That man, she loves. Hampton has something for her. There's something about her.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But when you watch it, you could see they had something together, So that's what I got right away. I'm like, okay, they definitely have something going on.
Yeah, she was able to hide it for her, but that was pretty much it. So when anyone else do a Severance, I used to think I would, but now there's no way. What would you do? Would you do Severance? Would you do one? Maybe if you had, yeah.
Absolutely not.
What about what if it was mandatory that if you go to jail, they make you do Severance?
If you go to jail, or you have.
So if you get convicted, you have to go to jail. They sever you.
Well, I mean, if I go to jail and I have no choice, then I have no choice. But if I have a choice to do it, nah, I'm not doing that. So for me, it's like, and you lose time, right? So whenever you're working, you're not your outie. You know what I mean? So you lose that time. You know, whenever you're your outie, you lose the anytime. So there's times of your day where you have no idea what you were doing or what was going on. Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
And that 7th person is only living that life.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're in jail, they'll only be in jail forever.
Absolutely. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Nope.
But no, I'm not sure if they did or not. My daughter already said she will review it with me. So excited. The vial is Lumon coffee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't the townspeople know how to make it? Unless they worked in that factory.
Yeah.
So I have a grumpy dog in my lap. So Nikisha is on it with Hampton. Had it. She introduced herself for some reason. I think she did it as in ironically. Like she obviously he knows who she is. Obviously she's just reintroducing herself because she's being an ass.
Mm-hmm.
So No Harmony just talks about herself in third person. But yeah, I think she's being more sarcastic. Like they have a relationship, they know each other, and that's why you have to reintroduce yourself. Oh, I'm Harmony. We know you, Harmony Cobel. I thought she was being she was just sarcastically saying that she was she thought Hampton was thinking. Yeah. Dr. Deb, that coffee got me alert, ready to go. She's so Harmony got his nose up open in 2 minutes. Yes, the dude was all ready to go in 2 minutes, like out the door, ready to go. Left his business, whatever. Who cares? Hey, lock up for me. Threw the keys to nobody. Just lock up. What? That was crazy. She says Hampton is still whipped. 100%. Yeah. Dr. Deb says, hell no on Severance. Wow. Can't be like I don't like being unaware of what's going on.
Yeah, you sound like you would do it though, Brian.
No, I wouldn't. Because if I know me, I'm a control freak. I always know that I'm bigger than people, right? So I need to be totally in control in every aspect to know that I'm not going to do something to somebody if I'm angry or you're drunk or any of that stuff. So I'm huge on that.
I got you.
So I need to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
I said we already doing Severance. Remember our Dubois and Coates discussion? Oh my gosh! But we still remember. We still remember. There says hard pass on Severance. What about just the pain of childbirth? And then all of a sudden you come back and you don't have to remember the pain. You just only have the joy of the baby.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
Delta Dan says Hampton to ride or die. He's ready to go. Dude, at the end of the episode when he just gave his car up, just it's like just go ahead and go. Like what? This is he has a jacket on. What are you guys talking about? It's like negative 5,000 degrees, and he has a jacket on. As long as he got this hat, he good to go. It's the middle of the night.
I tell you this. Must have been some good, something sweet in there, boy. Cause he did. You know what I mean? She said jump, he said how high. So
I know I haven't seen you in a little bit. She gave him one little kiss and it was all over. He was like, you take my car, here's my hat, here's my keys, whatever you need. You need some cash. See, that's my biggest concern as well. I would be afraid of I will actually do something. 100%. That's me. Not to spoil the end of the episode, but he's finna die. What up, B?
Not too much. Sorry, I'm late. Getting in from the movies.
Okay, well, he went to Mickey 17.
Oh, I got you.
Not bad.
Control freak is what type of I typed initially and then toned it down. That's me. I'm 100% a control freak. It's hard for me not to be in control of everything. Oh, so okay, maybe for hip surgeries. Even then, I want to know everything. Yeah, that man loves her. Yeah, he does. You forget childbirth pain anyway. If we really remember, no one would have had one kid. 100%. That makes sense. I was going to say that Bigfoot was trying to keep it PG. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because I mean, there's no way there has to be a reason. Something that's lingering that he remembered. Like, even when it's funny because they'll sit in the bed, they're looking at each other, staring in the eyes, and he was like, "You want to do some drugs?"
Yeah. At that moment, I was like, oh, okay, so he's gonna hit it in his dead mom's bed, right? That's what I thought was gonna happen.
That was weird.
I was like, you know what I mean? Like, okay,
So I like the Hampton character. Yeah, he was down for her no matter what. I need you to drive me to a place that you don't ever want to go. He was like, okay.
At first he was like, no way in hell, and then after a minute, he's like, all right.
Yeah, that was a fakest no ever though. That's all that was. Same. Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Because you know what he thought? He was like, hell no. Then he remembered the last time he seen her and was like, you know what?
You said that same bedroom? I was probably there too.
Let's go.
Lakeisha said, I would love to know more about Hampton. You could tell he's really smart. He's a drug addict too, though. And it says, well, I know the answer to the question about having no children because I already can't have any. But I have made a decision to sever. It's been 7 years since I got rid of my right to have children. Wow, really? I hope I'm making sense. Hey, that's big. I mean, but you gotta make that decision. Kids are not always gonna be for everybody. It's a great gift, and then everyone tells you it's the greatest gift in the world. It's the greatest gift in the world, and then all of a sudden you have kids, and it's like, ha ha, fooled you. You welcome to the club. You about to get all this crap out on you all the time. So we just want you to join in our misery sometimes.
Yeah, like it's the comic kids is great, but if you don't have support and help to raise it, trust me, thank God I never had that situation. But if that's the situation, like, because I know a lot of people that don't have that support, yeah, it's not easy at all.
It takes a village.
Yeah, 100%.
It takes a village. Said no, he caught a whiff of it once, and he's been hooked ever since. Which of what? The drugs?
What's more powerful than drugs, homie?
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You caught a whiff of what? You caught a whiff of her one more time, Harmony one more time, and all of a sudden he was hooked again.
Exactly, 100%. When he was sitting on the bed and he said, "You want to do some drugs?" That was equivalent about, "Hey, you want to drink? What you drinking?"
So I'm so sorry, Nanette. It must be a difficult choice. It really must be, yeah. Ben Stiller must be thinking we were rooting for Cobel at the end and had rock music playing and everything. Cobel is the OPP dude.
The op.
The op, yeah.
Yeah.
She's only doing it just because she wants to get control again.
Back in, yeah. She wants you can see that. Yeah, she wants control again. 100%.
Yeah, she has a goal in mind,
Yeah. She's not trying to do it because she wants to help Mark. She sees an opportunity for her to take control over everything again. So yeah.
No, she has no altruistic intentions. No, she just wants to be back on top.
Exactly. 100%.
Get her credit where credit's due.
Yeah, that reclaim that position of power. All the same.
What up, T?
I know I'm coming in late in the game. I'm sure you guys may have talked about this already. But it was kind of interesting seeing a Cobel deep dive of sorts, just in terms of her past. Anyone else expect to see a corpse in that room when she walked in there?
I kind of was like with a wig. I was like, oh man, I hope it's not a skeleton.
I thought we were gonna get a Mrs. Bates moment when she walked in there.
Me too. Annette, I'm glad you're not in pain anymore. So you got up her. You got a smell a glimpse of her, and then all of a sudden it was all over. Follow her wherever it goes. He says, hello, all. I was afraid they were going to do that with her dead mama's bed. Yeah, that would have been so if they're going to do it on there. Even cut away would have been too much. As soon as he got in the bed with her, it was over. It was over as soon as he saw her. When she walked in the door. It was weird when she was breathing through her mom's oxygen thing. That was very strange.
Yeah. That was super weird.
Yeah. No medical reasons they want to have children. At the point where I was having too much pain, I couldn't even get out of bed. Ooh, that's not cool. That's Jesus unnerving to watch. To have a fur baby and love him, and that's always good. And we need the love. Fur babies need love.
Yeah. I miss mine. I miss my little Blanca.
No, my God. And we talked about too much. We talked about Tank earlier, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know why Harmony stopped to brush her teeth. She knew she was going to see her boo. That's exactly why she was brushing her teeth. She knew exactly what was going on. She was like, oh yeah, Hampton, I gotta go get Hampton real quick. He'll do anything for me. Hampton in the car, knowing exactly what's going on. I don't care what it is. I'm going right to this thing. And you see this town. I took this picture right here because you see on the building it says Lumon. You know? So it's a mirror. Something is mirror is a miracle. Or is a cure is a miracle. Coke, something. I can't see what it is. Core for something. But the fact that the Lumon sign has been taken away. They didn't just. It tells you again that they left this town for what it was. You know, whatever the town used to be, Lumon just left it standing right what it was and left it to be nothing. See the card right here next to it, there's no door. It's almost like everything, like a big tragedy happened there, like the zombie apocalypse, and they left. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see the factory, the Lumon factory. You see the Lumon emblem over here. You see all the stuff, and it looks it's dead. There's nothing else there. You see, Brian, I know humans think kids are a gift, but Terrence thinks protein shakes are a gift. That sounds Terrence and Brandman are over there.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that, Terrence.
Stop it.
So good thought to Keisha. Yeah, exactly. She knew she was brushing her teeth to, because she knew she was going to go get him.
100%. She couldn't take a shower and clean up, so she had to make sure the breast was smelling good.
Exactly. She was like, ready to go. Oxygen machine, probably on low dose of that drug, that medicine. So that's not oxygen. That's just trying to make sure she gets that ether, some diethyl ether coming through the body all the time. Does that make sense, Delta Dan? I thought that there was an amber liquid in that thing, Delta Dan. Ooh, it might be. Wait, aren't some humans supposed to brush their teeth all the time? Yes.
Yes.
But she was driving all day, and first thing she did, she stopped, brushed her teeth so she could go talk to the dude that will do anything for her.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sign says something like Lumon, ether cure for mankind. Oh, reminiscent of the license plate. Wow. So that was it. The ether cure for mankind. That's huge. I couldn't help but make that joke. Yeah. So we see the factory right here. So wasn't Kira a snake oil salesman? That's what it sounds like. It was a drug.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was cocaine or something like that. And that's what he was doing. Selling that to everybody. So they're sitting only two people there in their cars. Right there, they're looking at each other. So even Hampton was still like totally looking at her the entire time. Like, I don't know. She had to get out first, and he'll get out. She says, I need you to take me to Sissy's house. He's like, why the hell would I go there? And she's like, He says no, but like, as Brandman said, like, no, I'm not gonna take you over there. Why the hell would I do that? But then in the next second, he was like, okay, let's go. Let me get my hat.
Folded like fresh laundry.
Exactly. She had sat there and waited too. She didn't even say nothing. He just changed his mind.
Listen, let's be real. He ain't seen no good looking women in that town for a minute. You know what I mean? Right?
That's what we kind of skipped over the fact that old woman. He was saying sweet nothings to her. Oh, look, nice hair, dude.
Exactly.
That looks real nice now.
Cobel is like Gal Gadot to the rest of the people in the town to him.
Was anyone else, switching gears a little bit? Was anyone like throughout this episode, like just thinking to yourself, can you please just talk like a normal person?
No, because I know exactly what they're going to do. I knew that's going to be.
But I kind of like that. It's just kind of showing how like Cobel and was pretty much indoctrinated. It kind of had like it almost felt like a nod to like real life cults almost. Just how they're kind of like hooked in, they hook you in, and you kind of learn all the languages or like the language
the
dialects, stuff like that, and then the rest of the world is like out.
It's like how they used to give sick coal miners a version of what's it called? Vicodin, to get the most out of the workers. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And he, once those coal mines folded up, the town folded up. But the people that were left there were left in ruins. That's exactly what we saw here. It's a cure for all mankind. What are they curing for the humans? Yeah, killing them. That's what they did. The cure, killing them. Said totally G's and DT. Said all women like the dope dealers. Shaking my head.
Facts.
Who knew Cobel's boyfriend was slanging?
Facts. Blue. 100%.
That's exactly what's going on, Blue.
Cobel won the
dope boys.
You know what I mean?
She won the dope boy.
Facts.
Oh, that's too much. Oh my god. When the slim pick is like that, you got to do what you got to do. He was like, Hey, your wig look real nice today.
Trust me. No, Cobel was like the breath of fresh air when she came into that town. He was like, oh, yes. What did Freddie say? How sweet fresh meat? There we
go. Any port in a storm. Any port. I said, damn, facts. I guess he was desperate for cheeks. I'm not sure what's happening. Hey, that's exactly that's the first thing he saw. He saw her.
100%.
Oh, this is my chance.
100%.
My dog left me to go to the canal. He went. He's back. He's happy and not grumpy anymore. I want everyone to moisturize to put some cocoa butter on their skin. What?
Yeah. Because for the cold and dry skin.
I put cocoa butter every day. Yeah, I'm in Chicago. We the ones that use the cocoa butter, not Cobel and them. You know what I mean? Yes. Cocoa butter is our thing. Let's not give them that too.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh man, Ace is let's be honest, we do the same damn thing, man. Well, I didn't know that. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Nah, you mean y'all do the same thing? TD's always like that. Say sometimes in life you gotta skip over certain meat.
Okay, I agree. No, I agree.
Depends if you're in the desert, man.
The point is, it depends on how much options you have, and he ain't have no options, so he wasn't skipping over Cobel. Not in a minute.
Am I getting ready for auditioning or something?
Not you, Terrence. No, not you.
That's very true. Oh man. Well, she tells him that. He looks him in his eye, and it's funny because it seemed like he wanted to blame her for something that the last time they talked about something, and she shut that down real quick.
Mhm.
Don't you blame them for me because you feel a certain type of way. I was like, man, you just asked me for a request, right?
And look at the look she giving him. Those are the eyes that made him say, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I mean?
No, that's the eyes of a woman that knows that she got him wrapped around her little finger.
Oh, 100%.
There's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, 100%.
So as you said, so she gives him the eyes, and then the next,
and then they're off. Yeah, you know what I mean? He said, "Okay, let's go."
Did you guys notice that he was driving real fast, hitting those bumps real hard?
Because he knows she's gonna need a massage after. You know what I mean? He's like, "Yeah, that was a hard drive, man. You want me to rub your back for you?" And we already know how those massages go, right, ladies?
Oh man, Netflix and chill. And then once again, Devin is calling again.
Yeah,
make no damn sense.
Yeah,
just thirsty as hell. It's thirsty as Hampton. Don't make no damn sense. Hampton's looking out. See Sissy there. So do we all agree that Sissy is Harmony's mother's sister?
Yeah.
Because I saw a couple of streams that people thought that was her grandmother.
No, she at the end of the episode she says aunt. She calls her aunt,
and it says Sissy Cobel.
Yeah.
It can't be her grandmother because I mean,
no, it's her aunt.
Harmony's 60 herself, right? So if she's 60, her grandmother will be like 140. Like what?
Yeah, no, it's her aunt. She said there's some part in it where she says she calls her aunt or something like that. She says so it's her aunt.
Gotcha.
That was messed up of her trying to burn all of
her ideas and show all her proof.
Yeah.
Throw into the oven real quick. Yeah.
It's funny that she didn't even know about it though, right? So that goes to show you that Lumon, like they took that information and they didn't tell because she didn't know that.
She's a true believer. She was a true believer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indoctrinated since basically childhood.
I'm talking about her aunt.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Still believe in the 9 principles and everything.
Yeah, her mother wasn't. Yeah.
Her mother was like, F them.
Yeah.
And the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, maybe.
So my daughter thinks Hampton might have helped Harmony design the chip too.
Yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm.
The eyes of a female who knows how to control a man probably cut off the family gems. I remember your daughter saying that's something to think about. But maybe he got addicted to the drugs. And she called him a colleague, right? So she was doing all this stuff. So possibly that idea of a colleague that he helped her develop these ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And say, hey, Brandman.
Hi, my name's not Brad.
Man, Brandman. Oh my God.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that was a great thought. She had Nikisha. Yeah. Netflix and chill a couple times a night. Sometimes in life, one film isn't enough.
Bro, you don't even get past 10 minutes of the first film. All right. That's how it goes. The film goes on, and then 10 minutes later, it's just
the worst part is if you actually want to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And then you try to go back and watch it again, and then 10 minutes in, you're at it again.
That's why you just gotta leave.
Yeah, facts. Like, we're never gonna watch this movie. Let's be real.
Sissy is her aunt.
Yeah.
Yes, geez, Dr. Deb. I can't take credit for that one. It's definitely a possibility. When I'm trapped skin, I will put cocoa butter on my hands and arms, but I don't do it every day. I do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. Anything that could get cold, anything like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope Harmony makes another copy somehow if she needs to.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't. It didn't get burned. She didn't burn it though. She took it. She got it.
Yeah, but she needs to have another copy.
Oh, for like if something happens to that one. Yeah.
Proof.
Yeah.
Hold up, I don't do grandmothers. That's crossing the ancient line. It's just not worth the experience to experience multiple generations at once.
No. I gotta push back. There's some grandmothers out there that could definitely be done. Just because she's a grandma don't mean she's an old one. You know what I mean?
I know a couple of them. Yeah, it's craziness. Says the lady in the picture, Linda Hamilton. Is that who she is?
That wasn't Linda Hamilton.
No, that wasn't her. No.
That's why you never pick a movie you want to watch.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
I talk about it more in my video, but I think Harmony had good intentions for her chip. She wanted to help people. I don't think so. I think she wanted control. I see, and even if I did, the fact that Nikisha is always for the bad person and tries to make that bad person good people, I can't believe you. You know,
facts.
This is because this is Elgin slander. That's why right here, I'm gonna slander more on Elgin. Yeah, it's a good point y'all made about the copy, Nikisha. She needs to put it somewhere safe, but she thought that this was the only place that she could put it safe that Lumon wouldn't know. Say I moisturize 7 times a day. You have to. That's what it is. So thanks, Dr. Deb. Brother Anzo, ain't no timeline where a grandmother is okay. It's a grandmother. I mean, so the heck is that?
No. Grandmother is just a title, right? You're thinking about an old, raggedy 80-year-old grandmother. That's not what I'm talking about. You have some 50-year-old women that are grandmothers, all right? And with me being 50, then yes, I have no issues with a grandma.
I know someone who's 45 that's a grandmother.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just stop it now. Don't be bringing Elgin as a good man. Elgin is not a good man. That's why he got one eye. One eye peep. One eye peep.
I'm like, the Elgin love Nikisha. Damn. So now it's Elgin, Harmony, right? We can't get no love for Sarah, but now Harmony's the one that wants to do good too. To be honest with you though,
who knows?
Yeah, right. Because
in the next episode, someone's going to help them. The question is it Miss Huang? Is it Seth? Or is it Harmony?
Yeah.
One of those three are going to help them. So Salma Hayek is all I have to say.
Well, is Salma Hayek a grandmother? Because if she is, then that might be. Just made my point.
She might be, and because Halle Berry's 57 too.
Exactly. 58. So
58. I thought out there 57, but yeah. That cocoa butter is why people can't tell I'm almost 43. 43 is not even that old, Keisha.
I know.
You're a baby.
Hey, make yourself sound ancient.
I guess moisturizing in the tears of my enemies is not enough. The weather changes. I guess I need more moisture is better.
Really, Tara.
I'm loyal. I can't help it.
Yeah.
You need to leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Yeah. I think Nikisha's one of those guys who, one of those girls, her man's in jail for murder, but
he didn't mean
loyal. He didn't do it. He didn't do it, guys. I'm loyal.
He didn't mean it, dude. He didn't mean to kill them. All 13 of them.
Facts.
Carlos says, don't get Nikisha started on that daggone Elgin. I think Harmony started as good, but Jane corrupted her and turned her out. Ooh. I also think Harmony is Helena's mother.
Harmony is Helena's mom.
That's a thought.
You know what?
That's a thought.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Because we don't know who her mother is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be fair, right? It could kind of make sense, especially with the fact that family is that runs Lumon and everything. You know what I mean? Right? And they obviously got the information. Yeah, they obviously got the information from her. That's interesting. I like that.
But then, does Helena not know it?
Maybe she don't know. Yeah,
because that conversation was weird, and it looked like they're about to kill Harmony.
Yeah. So Helena probably wouldn't know. Obviously, maybe that's how they got the information by making some sort of deal with her or something like that. I don't know. It's interesting. It's curious. I like that though.
It's something we have to revisit. T says 50 years old, but I guess it depends on the human. But ordinarily, I'm not seeing no grandmothers.
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek is a grandmother. Loyalty is
and if she's
important.
not, she's definitely grandmother age or close enough.
Hey, she could be a step grandmother. It doesn't matter. Selma Hayek. Good Lord. Loyalty is important, brother Anso. If you did something wrong, I will protect you, even help you hide the body. Hashtag support. That's Nikisha, 100% hashtag support. Nope, I never dated a man in jail. Thank you very much. But if you
I'm not saying you dated one. I'm just saying if you did, yes,
you will be loyal.
Yes,
all the way.
If the man you were dating ended up doing something where he killed a couple people, right, or maybe took a woman and took her to a cabin because he thought he was saving people, you would stick by it. I'm just saying.
Oh man, that's funny. What's up, Sully? For the first time in the series, this unfortunately felt like a filler episode to me. Interesting breadcrumbs here and there, but it fell flat after last week's banger. This is a good question. Did you like this episode?
I didn't think it was bad. I didn't hate it, right? But yeah, I was hoping maybe to get something different, like what was going on with Mark, But I can understand that they're probably going to focus the next there's 2 episodes left. Yeah.
Yep.
So the next 2 episodes on that. So I can understand. But yeah, it did kind of feel like filler, but in a way to where it was a lot of information we got as well. So sometimes filler can give you information. And I think that's exactly what we got here.
This was the right type of filler. Like I said, I like deep dives into characters like this that we don't necessarily know a whole lot of, that don't necessarily take center stage and are kind of I'm not sure that I'd call Cobel a background figure in good conscience, but at the same time I do kind of call her like the person behind the curtains. So to learn more about that character, that was my hook for this episode. That's where it really worked. Just kind of sometimes you don't need to know what makes a character tick, but I think in this case it worked to the show's advantage, and it worked in the case of Cobel. Just kind of making her a little more fleshed out. That's where it worked for me. So to an extent, I do kind of call it a filler. I'm sorry, Anzo.
No, go ahead.
To an extent, I do call it a filler episode, but it was a filler episode in just the way I like it.
Okay.
No, I was going to piggyback off you because she's been an important character throughout the seasons, right? So yeah, we're going to obviously find out more of how she got involved or stuff like that. So you got to expect that. So yeah, I'm with you right there. It is a kind of a filler episode, but at least we got information. It's not like just, one of those episodes that they just put out there. So I agree with you.
Here's my thing about filler. I think we get filler all the time. I talked about Invincible. Filler sometimes helps you with the character development and gives you more information so you can care more about that character. So that's not a problem necessarily saying it's a filler episode. My issue is that every other episode they had focused on one person, they also jumped back and forth to other things. So like I wouldn't mind if we had this mostly about Harmony and we revisited Irving, because we haven't seen Irving in a while. It could have been an episode that we visiting all the characters we have not seen in a while. Now, what if Irving is important in the next episode? Then I'll understand why you're focused on Harmony. You brought her back into the fold. But I feel like you could have used this episode for all those characters. So we could have had a little more of a jump back and forth. Because this was a shorter episode too.
I agree with you 100%. That's why I said, like, I get it. They dedicated this whole episode on her because we haven't got too much on her, but I also think there's still a lot more that we could have focused on with this stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree.
So I think Harmony is her mother too. So I explain more why I think that in my video too. There are several reasons. So definitely check out Nikisha's video. That is a thought. Nikisha saying she may very well abused Harmony. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't think about that. So I don't think Helena knows though.
Yeah, I don't think she does either. If
She wouldn't have talked to her that way. She wouldn't have talked to her that way.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Deb, I think he took advantage of her youth and naivety. But then how did she know that was happening? That's why she hid that stuff.
And then
she knew before she left that I need to hide this.
Right, 100%. For if anything ever happens, but not to mention the fact that for so many years she actually let them do what they were doing and take credit for her work. You know what I mean?
As long as she was in control of the Severance floor, because that was her idea, it's her baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that feeling too, Nikisha. Yeah. Well, what we not going to do is make my loyalty a bad thing.
No, we ain't making it a bad thing.
How can you make loyalty a bad thing, Nikisha? You being loyal to Elgin's a bad thing, but your overall loyalty, no. Everyone loves to have that. Anyone will love to have it. Hey, Sully. This episode was good, just a little slower. Say, hey, Dr. Deb. I like this episode more than last week, but it's all a little much for me now.
I'm right there with you, G's, because last week, I think, like I said, there was too much jumping around for me and this and that. So I did actually like this episode better. I do, right? Because it was more focused on what we needed to see and what we needed to learn. So yeah, I did like this episode a little bit better too as well. I'm right there with you.
Okay. So my Hayek is different. I'll let's just say I would better multiple times a day. She's a vampire who I know I'll let bite me. That's different though.
No, she's not different. She's a grandmother. That's what you said. You say, ain't doing a grandmother. She's a grandmother. I'll just give you an example of a grandmother that I know, you know.
Lakeisha says, I wish this episode and last week's episodes were switched places. Okay.
Yeah, I can see why you do that. If you guys liked last week's episode better, I get that. But for me, I just thought this episode was a little bit better, so I didn't have any issues with it.
Mm-hmm.
So Blue says, look at the microaggressions. I watch lots of reviews. Nobody thinks Ragabi is a doctor, but did brain surgery twice on Mark. But now everyone believes Cobel is a mad scientist just because. Facts. Wow, would you like this more than last week, Jeeves? Yeah, she liked it more. With a bit of scene rearranging, you could do this. I agree. What are they doing to Gemma is a psychological abuse.
100%.
1000%. Oh my god.
And there's probably physical abuse in there too as well. Sexual abuse, I should say.
Yeah, sexual abuse. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been considering that since y'all talked about this episode switching, Nikisha. I agree. We need to see how the next two go before making an informed judgment on it. That's me through and through, right? I always say, let me see what's going on before I just tell you what it is. Is it good or bad? Let's see. So Gemma, yeah, I got you, Gemma. Do y'all think Sissy called Mr. Drummond, or were they watching the house from afar?
I think
at the end of the episode. No, at the end of the episode with because she already snatched the phone out of the wall, right? So she couldn't call.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she called before.
Yeah, maybe she knew she was coming. I think she called Nikisha, but could do both. Could be both.
Yeah, it could be.
So would you think that still think that Gemma is consent to all this baby being without reading the terms and conditions? Maybe she thought she was signing up for a baby and she gave up herself.
You see, that's the thing, and I think that's what we'll get. Because we got a lot of information last week, but we never got the reason why she actually, got to Lumon, like how that part happened, right? We saw the steps, but how did Lumon get her? So I think that's something we're gonna consider too. But I'm right there with you. I think she may like it was something like she didn't know what she was getting into.
What if Mark saves her, whatever, gets down there, is going to save her, and she chooses to go back down?
No, I don't think she will.
She sees Mark, and then she's still looking for her daughter, or they tell him, "We have your daughter."
Well, you see, that's the thing. I definitely think that there's that girl might be their kid. I do believe that. What's her name?
Miss Wang.
Yeah, Miss Wang. I do believe that, right? Or either if they're doing some kind of cloning, maybe they cloned the baby, like they, because they had their blood, they had their DNA, they had everything. So that's definitely a possibility. But the way she cried at the end of that episode and she called out Mark's name shows me that she would pick Mark over going back down there.
If only if it's not for a child. I love my wife, but I would throw her in front of a bus to save my kids.
Yeah, but there's also a kid she may not know she has, right?
But that's all they got to say is, "We have your child. You come down with her. I'll introduce you to her."
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So they have to bring it all together in 2 episodes. I don't know if they can, if these writers can do that. That's true, because I mean it's a penultimate episode that we're gonna have next Friday. That's got a lot of stuff that you have to kind of wrap up.
I think they can do it. I do. I think that they can wrap up some of the stories because they're going to wrap up some, but they're also going to leave some open. 100%. Yeah. So they're not going to wrap up everything, but I think we'll get a lot of answers to at least some of the questions for this season.
Yeah, there'll definitely be some loose ends, for just for the sake of another season. I'm thinking.
Jeeves says, I think Gemma did agree, but not to what they're doing. She agreed. She signed something to like her body away, thinking that they're trying to hold on to her eggs or something like that. For IVF or something. But what she really saying that we're going to hold on to your body, even if you die, we can bring you back to life and use you for our experiments.
Yeah.
I think that pic of Jaime and Harmony is in the yearbook. They looked close. Can I ask you something that's not about the show at the end of the stream? 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
So me too, Jeeves. I have the same thought, Jeeves. Yep. I just love every episode. I'm so invested in the story. I want all the story they have to give me.
Same.
I question Gabi being a doctor because when Devin asked her, she didn't answer.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think she's a doctor, but she definitely has the knowledge and was there when Lumon was doing their researches or whatever, because she has a lot of knowledge of it. So
would you be surprised if Ragabi was the person in the lab that helped Cobel come up with all this plan, or maybe enacted her plan?
No.
Well, the connection between Cobel and Ragabi is actually a lot closer.
Could be.
Right, we got Sissy there. She pushed through the door. Harmony pushes through the door, gets in here. I kept this picture because you can see the name Harmony and you see the ages 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 9, 10. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the doorway. There's another picture that you see it more specifically, but you know that she grew up in this room and you saw the room had nothing but just a little bed and a little shelf, and that was it. This is her little stuffed animal. She was actually reminiscing, and here he goes, right? Harmony at age 10, Harmony at age 11, Harmony at age 12. So she was probably loved when her mother was able to take care of her. And then we see here Corley Striver, 4th quarter, year of a vision, the true apprentice for Celestine Sissy Cobel. So she was also one of those guys, really smart too. So Sissy was really smart too and dedicated. And this is Lumon.
Yeah. Something happened, I believe. So the way I see it is that her mom, they were all Lumon, right? They were all part of Lumon. Even the town was probably a part of, Lumon's going to give us money. We're going to be profitable. Like this town is going to be good. And I think maybe her mom actually seen what Lumon was really about, and that's when she started to pull away.
I can see it. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so Sissy getting angry with her. Army's like finally not afraid because it's like she was afraid of her, but now she's not afraid of her. Saying, "You can unlock this damn door. Let me know where there. Give me her key. We don't care if you want it sealed." And she said something, and Sissy came back and went right against that face. It was crazy. I was like, man, you see how fast she came with that stand? Man, it seems like she was an abusive aunt, maybe an abusive caregiver for even to her mother.
Yeah, she was a little too comfortable and swift, with that. So yeah,
I mean, it was definitely fast. I mean, she get, and it's funny because Army pulled back like, whoa,
yeah. Dave Chappelle would be proud.
Exactly. But the 5 fingers say in the face, slap. So Dr. Deb says, yes, I agree. Ragabi is trained, but perhaps not formally so. I think they're holding something over Ragabi. Yeah, Dr. Deb, I agree. She must have left home at 12, no measurements after that. Exactly. Which is the same age as Miss Huang. Why are you so young? Because I was born that a couple years ago. I don't know. I love how they told us so much just by showing things like the height marks on the door. Exactly. Miss Huang is 12 too. Exactly, Jeeves. I agree. Agreeing, Nikisha, I likely went to Wintertide at 12. What they also said was like 7th, 8th grade. She was valedictorian of her junior high. So like 8th grade, whatever. So went to high school with Lumon. So yeah. 12, 13 years old. Yeah, that's probably it. So OGs didn't catch that. Yeah. The slap heard around the world. And then she stood there. That's what was so cold. So she slaps her, right? And then she looked at her like, what? Say something. So Dr. Deb, that is that show don't tell way of storytelling is great. It is. Sometimes you don't need to say specifically how things are going on, what things are happening. You just see it through the lens, through the cinematic viewpoint.
Yeah. Just show us. You don't necessarily have to explain it, and just trust that the audience is smart enough to pick up on it and roll with it. I love storytelling like that. So
is this the same
it doesn't insult the intelligence of the viewer.
No, I agree. I think it's better doing that, better way of storytelling, especially when we have such a great cinematographer. You utilize her.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that they're going with that rather than exposition, because exposition can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Just ask M. Night Shyamalan.
But it's funny though, because you see, and for me, exposition sometimes is needed, right? And then sometimes you have situations where you don't need to tell any much. So I like the fact that they know in this show when to do that. You know what I mean? So
yep. They use that. They use it just right.
Absolutely.
They don't because like I said, too much exposition can be bad. They use it to just the right amount and just the right effect. They use it when appropriate.
I agree. So Harmony's asking Sissy, hey, where is the key to my mother's room? I don't care if you want it sealed. I'm opening it. This is what's going to happen. Give me the damn key. And she doesn't answer her where the key is, but she's holding this little rock, right? And it looked like something that she had on her altar. And Harmony kind of looks at it and says, I know where I'm gonna find. So she goes back into her room and starts looking.
Because the rock has a face on it, right? Like, whose face is on the rock?
Exactly. You can't tell, but it looks like Egan, right? Egan egg or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Like Kier, is it a Kier egg, maybe? Which
gives me like a lot of cult vibes. You know what I mean? Like this is definitely some sort of cult. So interesting.
what if if Harmony's not her mother? Maybe what if we find out that that Sissy is?
Ooh, that could be.
And then what would that mean? That would mean Helena and Cobel are sisters.
Our sisters, yeah.
I think that would be a pretty cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be good with that.
Me too.
Mm.
Here's another use of mirror. So we don't see her, but we see her in the mirror. But it's an old, dingy mirror, just like this town is an old, dingy town. I thought that was a good reflection, and you seeing it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dingy is probably the word. I was just saying grim, but dingy is a little more descriptive.
Then she starts see all these figurines, and you see all this picture of the Kier. And that it was funny because when she goes through it, that's a real picture. She starts tearing the stuff apart. You see the tarot cards, vision. I can't even see probability, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I think these are the 9 principles, the 9 principles. You know, she said she still follows the 9 principles. I think that's what these tarot cards were about.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, this is a real picture of Kier. That's not just anything else. That was a real picture.
Yeah.
And this little postcard, whatever it says, you must be cut to be healed. That's what it said on there. You must be cut to be healed, because you can't be healed if you're not cut. I think that's a huge thing. So Nikisha says you can't tell while the shoemakers are still skilled at their craft, they're also fans of a great storytelling. Yeah, that's right. So that's probably Kier. Showmakers, damn, okay. Yeah, we got it. Showmakers are you can't tell in the middle of it. That would be interesting too if they're sisters. Totally agreed on the cult vibes. Sissy in that white gown Harmony was wearing previously too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I on TV Plus, you know, I know exactly what you meant. Got you in that. I was confused by the dirty mirror, but the altar was completely free of dust. But that means she doesn't look at herself, right? She doesn't get up in the morning and look at herself, but she's going to still pray to Kier. Is it the 9 core principles? I think that's what those were. The 9 core principles. So that reminds me, Nikisha, there are 9 of the 9 core values that Sissy still follows. And that's what they said at the beginning with Hampton. So thank you, Dr. Deb. I can't remember why I was thinking 9 was a location. It's fascinating. He puts on layers when he doesn't expect me to be watching.
I put on layers because I was out tonight.
The lies. So she's going through everything. She finds the key and opens the door to her mother's room. Her mother's bed. You see the bed is, you know, one of those hospital beds. See, you know, her breathing machine. You know, lantern, a very old time lantern. So, you know, and we see how long ago it was because you see her clothes have holes all throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gives you an idea that how long this is. You know, this might be 40, 50 years since this door's been unlocked.
Yeah.
Which could be a very musty room.
Oh, yeah. Imagine the smell in there.
10,000 years. And then we see this picture, which I thought was pretty awesome. You know, you see Harmony as she was a little girl, you know, pigtails. And then she puts this breathing tube thing was so weird when she put it in her mouth.
Weird.
Breathing
that was really weird. That was really awkward, right?
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, I understand you miss your mama, but what? The what?
That was weird.
And the way they drew it out too.
And then like she you come back to her and she sleep in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Her mama just late. It was weird, man. It really was weird.
Extremely.
So it made sense in the context of Keisha. Yeah. Everyone says, hey, the Mama Bear, because she is awesome. So Mama Bear, you made him blush. Y'all are too cute. The fact that you could tell he's blushing is awesome. It is. So good catch. Didn't notice all the holes, but it kind of gives you the idea of the timeline. I think she could have been busted the door open. It was pretty rickety. It's like this whole town is rickety. If you really want to get in, you don't want to take a strong shoulder, just like a lean.
Facts.
She said, how long was Hampton outside in the truck? For a long time. And that tells you how good she must have been, because Hampton was still out there in the truck. He knocked one time and then came inside when he saw someone coming.
Bruh, that's what I said. I was like, wait a minute. It's nighttime? The first thing I said was, that dude was waiting for how long? I'd have been like, oh, hell no.
I get mad for 20 minutes. I'm in my car for 20 minutes and don't know what's going on.
It's never that
12
good.
hours.
Yeah, it's never that good.
He's like, I've been waiting for the last 40 years. I can wait another 12 hours. I'm good.
No, I'm not doing that.
So I wanted the same thing to Keisha. That's one patient man. Oh, he just needed some.
Patient or horny.
Hampton was out there for a while. He wasn't leaving without her. That was it.
Like what? The better part of 10 hours, I think they alluded to.
It had to, right? Because they were getting coffee in the morning
when
he left and he drove up there. And that was nighttime? Man. I don't know if I'm waiting for anyone like that. I tell my kids, man, I'm up.
Same.
So there's no light. He has this little lantern. Say, hey, there's someone out here about to come for you. What's going on? And look at her looks. How she's looking at him, and he's like, hey, you want to do some drugs? Just he had the drugs was like ready to go. Like, you gonna do some drugs? And he goes, takes his breath in with his old man rag.
This was exactly the time he was waiting for. That's why he didn't leave. He's like, all right, we're staying here till nighttime. Even better. You know what I mean?
He's like, so turn off the lights.
Facts.
Light a lantern. Even Miss Cobel does it, right? So and she says, I haven't done this since I was 8 years old. So I was like, man, her and Hampton would do some freaky stuff from 8 to 12. That's pretty messed up.
Right.
Yeah, who does drugs at 8 years old?
Yeah, seriously.
So Hampton was probably out there getting high too. Probably. But what else would you expect if you send out there for 12 hours? What else would you do?
Facts. And after like 2, you must be sitting there and be like, yo, what is she doing in there? Why is she taking so damn? Like, what am I doing?
And then you come in and you still taking a
questioning
nap?
yourself and stuff. Facts.
You had no kind of nap and you ain't tell me to come in here at all either? Come on.
Facts. You walk in that room and she's sleeping. It's like, wait, that's what you did? Yeah.
You be really holding back on your channel. You got any outy thing going on.
Facts.
Oh, they're lucky Sissy didn't come and see them kissing. Yeah. Said those poor kids. Say playing doctor back then. Sissy sees one time, what are you doing? Oh, shh. Do y'all even think they were huffing ether to get through the workday at the vet, or were getting contact high from working? Because what were they doing? They were creating. Kier was creating the ether, right? He was stirring it and stuff. That's where he met his wife.
They might have been telling them that is something to help them. You know what I mean? Right? I don't think it's just like to say, oh yeah, hey, if you do this, it's like some drug or whatever. I think maybe it was something to enhance their mind or memories, but at the same time, it was more like a drug and it was getting them hooked on it. So while they're thinking they're taking something to help them, it's actually a drug to keep them doing what they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's how you pay them, right? That's probably how Lumon paid them, right? Oh, we'll give you whatever, you know, you got to pay, obviously, but it's more here, take this, get them hooked on this kind of stuff to where you're going to continue to work and do what you need to do because you want more of the drugs.
So it's probably a contact high, then addiction took over. So the picture for Kier when he finds his wife, this is called the courtship of Kier and Imogen, because her name's Imogen. The courtship of Kier and Imogen is a painting depicting Stewman Kier Egan at his cauldron, smiling and swab a girl, Imogen Egan, in an ether factory. Bonded by the spirit of industry, they took the heart of each other as colleagues. So when she says we were once colleagues to Hampton, this is what they mean, that they were together. You know, they took heart to each other as colleagues. And she says we were once colleagues. So this is what says on, you know, the actual courtship of Kier and Hamilton. So they might have been courting each other. So it might be even deeper when we're talking about what was going on with Hampton. See, that's what I was thinking. Maybe they didn't know what they were actually working on. Maybe that's what got Harmony thinking Severance as an alternative to the ether being in that plant.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I think Harmony created the chip to, as a healthier way to disconnect than doing drugs. You might be right. Yeah, Kier and Imogen leaves me thinking about thinking more abuse. Okay, so you're saying that they developed the itch. That's what it sounds like, yeah. Dr. Dad, I'm thinking that she had good intentions too, but her devotion to Kier overrides her concern for people.
Yeah,
Harmony probably romanticized her relationship with Jane because of Kier and Imogen. Bless her heart. So I could totally see that, Jeeves. So she's doing her drugs with her boyfriend, she's smiling, and then all of a sudden she's ready to kiss and do all the stuff they used to do. And of course, you know, Hampton ain't no fool. I've been waiting for this last 38 years. Let's go. That's why he gave her the drugs.
But you see what she did though? She gave him that little kiss. She just gave him a taste. She didn't give him the whole thing.
No, she
gave him a taste.
Yeah, just
so that she knows that, yeah, right. So that the next time she needs him, he's gonna be doing anything. You know what I mean?
He'll be running back again. She all of a sudden thinks about it and she runs out the door, takes his lantern. So let's go into this basement type of thing. I don't know. She's a hobbit, and that's why they had it outside. Whatever. I don't care. You know, in the tree, it looks remarkably like where Elgin tried to hide.
Facts.
Too soon.
Absolutely.
Too soon.
That's exactly what I said.
Absolutely.
But she's down there looking through all of her stuff, trying to find, you know, annual reminiscences. Yeah, from this Egan, it's Myrtle Egan. In her yearbook, said honors and awards, valedictorian, Harmony Cobel, and James Egan, Wintertide Fellowship. So you see here with Harmony. Look at how he's looking. I don't know, man. Maybe. So why would they show that picture? She sees the bust of Kier. And inside, she has a notebook. All that time, Hampton's outside, and he sees lights. And he tells her, "Hey, they're coming. They're coming." She comes back in the house, shows her notebook. Texts the sissies like, they stole all my ideas. She's like, you must be lying, child. That's all you do is a liar. You're a liar, a cheater. All you do is give me woe.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I told you I did it. It was me. They stole all of it. Look at my ideas. And as she looks through the ideas, we've seen this before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sine, cosine, line.
Integration.
And then you see how it starts to come together with a half times to multiply by half. Then you see how the sign goes inside. Those are the graphs I know because I'm a mathematician. You can see what she is doing and how the depth of what it goes to the brain. I don't know how that balances it out with the brain, but it is what it is. You realize it's going to the skull. This is actually very interesting because it also kind of speaks into your chakras and spinal fluid being fluid in itself, and that's how you be able to connect into the where the chip goes. So I mean, there's a lot of things that are pseudoscience to go along with this science that she has. But Sissy's sitting there reading it, and then Sissy tries to throw it in the fire. So you don't deserve any of this stuff. You're nothing. But she grabs her stuff and she gets out. Hampton tells her that what's going on, and she takes his truck. He says, "Leave. I got this." Tells her to go ahead, go, and you look back and you see the car coming. So now I don't know if Hampton, what's going to happen with Hampton. But she gets out as the car is coming in. I don't know who that is, but it's definitely someone from Lumon coming in, checking on what's going on. And then see Devin calling a third time, calling the same woman who won't answer the phone. But she feels more comfortable with her. She finally answers and she's talking to her. Says, "Go give the phone to Mark. If about this reintegration, I need him to know. Tell me everything." And the question I want to leave you guys with is, what does Mark say to her?
Mark better tell her to kiss my behind.
Yeah, like
that's
what else
should say?
Yeah, what else would you say other than tell her off? Tell her to go to hell.
Go to hell. I'm not telling you nothing unless I know more about where's my wife.
Exactly.
When I asked you for help, you screamed and drove off. So now I ain't telling you nothing.
Right. No. Yeah. How do you like it?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think he's gonna talk.
I think he's gonna tell her everything. I think he's gonna be scared because Ragabi's not there. And he's gonna tell her everything.
Yeah, I think he is too.
So probably romanticize her relationship with Jamie because Kiera and Imogen, that's for her. Yeah, totally see that. We said that the only time Harmony ever smiled and laughed was with him. That's interesting with Hampton.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yes, it was nice to see. And that's it, going to bed. Good night. Hope you have I hope you feel better too than that.
Didn't she have a question though that she wanted to ask?
Yeah, she said she's going to ask afterwards, but she said she's going to bed. She can't go. But you can just jump on Monday, Nanette, and we'll talk about it. Okay. Hope you have a great night. The lesser show would have had Sissy burn the book. This show surprises me. Everyone says good night, Nanette. Spring forward is what I meant to say. Oh yeah, because we're gonna spring forward.
You know what? Tonight. It's funny that you say that because probably
starting.
But... go ahead. Sorry.
No, you just say tonight we got at 2 a.m. and goes to 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
So one of the best lines of the episode came from Hampton there. Said, yes, Dr. Deb, tame those tempers. Said, should they really be trusting her like this? Seems like it's quite a jump, especially after she won't even tell anything about Gemma.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust her at all.
I don't like that at all. Tell her to kick rocks. Yeah. So yes, Nikisha,
Exactly.
I loved it. Yeah. To Dr. Deb, who would trust anyone at this point? Right, Jeeves. True, in the world of Severance, you can't even trust yourself, literally. And that's very well said, Nikisha. 100% facts. All right, so we got to that point, and that was the end of the episode. So the episode really only lasted I think it was 38 minutes, really, the total thing. It was not a long episode.
It was only 38 minutes?
Yeah, it blew by.
Because it's only about one thing, but I think
so.
they couldn't do anything else because anything else would have opened up a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was an intentional thing that they did.
Yeah. 100%.
So I was looking at next week's episode, and it seems like it says they're going to be breaking up a little bit. What it says is Mark and Devin team up with an ally. Ellie investigates further. I think what that means is, what if Helly's the one who ends up finding Gemma?
I can see that.
And then Mark has to make that decision between them. But they're both right in front of his face, and he has to figure that out.
That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And does Devin tell Mark about what's going on? What he's been doing with his Audi's wife?
Oh.
I feel like that's a tough call. I feel like he potentially could. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it's kept under wraps.
I mean, if they're going to get help from an ally, for him to be there, open for this, I feel like something has to be going on, right?
In some way, shape, or form. I'm
to Gretchen. I mean, Gretchen is there, so I don't know. I think he has to tell Gretchen. I think Gretchen could be the person that is actually there to be their ally. It could be Irving. It could be Gretchen. It could be Harmony. It could be Ragabi.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Seth.
Yeah.
Seth is tired of him. He's tired of all the racist stuff. He's tired of all the bigotry. He's tired of the talk down to him, and he's done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why and the problem is, though, we talked about all this stuff, and we theorized about all this stuff, and we realized it. I was showing everyone my book earlier, Brandman, my macro data refiners orientation booklet.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention a handshake is available on request. But with all the stuff that we know, we still don't know enough. So we really don't know where this is going, and every week it's still surprising us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I go on with minimal expectations, because I always feel like I'm going to get thrown for a loop.
Just let them tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to figure it out. Just let them tell the story.
Yep. I just let it play out.
So I wonder how Rickon is handling the baby on his own. Did he call Nat for help? Oh, that would be so bad. Devin comes in on that. So do we know the baby's name yet? Can't remember. No kidding.
I don't think we ever got a name.
I don't think we did.
Helly will turn into Helena in the elevator, though. It's true. No way he's choosing Helly. Do you think he chooses Helly? Or does the Innie or Audi have more control over his body or his mind?
That's going to be the question.
$1 million question.
Mm-hmm. Because when you integrate, it could be the outie or the innie that has more control. If the innie has more control, then the innie has really no connection to Gemma, right? He's only doing it because she's
just what's her name, Miss whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting. And then even when if the outie does have control, he's still going to remember the stuff that he did with Henna. He may even remember the feelings that the innie has for Hela. So that's going to be a very, very tough decision.
And then what happens if that's not Hela, it's Helena? How does that affect it?
Exactly.
It's going to be a mess coming soon. They have to avoid elevators and take the steps.
I'm taking Gemma though.
Me too. I will go out, man. Not even question.
I'm taking
Gemma, no question.
Yeah, Gemma.
So even if Helly has good intentions and wanting to go save Gemma, Helena will arrive down there, and we're all in trouble.
Yeah.
This show is so hard to predict, even though the opening credits gives us the whole story. 100% does. We saw steps in the second and third episode, right?
Yeah, we did.
I think we did.
Yeah. Well, there's that
not
door.
Just an elevator, but there's steps somewhere.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
That's true, Jeeves. Though even the stairwell switched Helena and Helly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did. Yeah.
I wonder if there's another block like an OTC or reverse Glasgow block. A reverse Glasgow block. And if they're able to do that, is that what actually Mark and Dylan are actually looking for? To block them from being able to turn. And what causes the switch? Different floors? Yeah, I think that's what it is. As they're in the elevator, they cause the switch.
Yep.
I think it's the stairs. It was the door that went right through Jeeves. Have y'all noticed that we don't get Gemma's actress in any behind the scenes or interviews? I think it's intentional to show that Gemma and Miss Casey have has little voice.
No, I didn't pick up on that. Never gave it too much thought. I have to go back and watch more interviews. I haven't watched a whole lot of interviews for the show, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't watch all of the behind the scenes stuff. I just watch some of it.
I watch as much as I can. Obviously, you see me with all the stuff. I love all the thought we put in every aspect of this show. I love they put in everything, like every little detail, every little whatever. It seems like it's a small thing, but it's actually this huge thing when you actually blow it up and see. Like they thought this thing out. Like Rickon is going to be a big issue. He's going to be huge in the last 2 episodes. Gretchen's going to be a big thing in the last 2 episodes. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Felicia is the way that you get Gemma out. You need Felicia. You know, to get Felicia, you might need Irving. Like, there's a lot of things.
Yep.
So it's a masterclass.
It's all right.
It's all right. The actress who plays Miss Huang has done interviews. She has done a lot of interviews. I've seen her a couple of times. She is Nikisha. She's in college and watches the show with her friends. That is super cool. Probably the most popular person on your college campus. Hope she's not doing no ether. So I've seen Miss Wang on Jimmy Kimmel too. Everyone but Gemma, Miss Casey. Maybe because she's back in Australia. She might not be around. So, with that being said, guys, we've had our 2-hour fun, the discussion. I cannot wait till we get to episode 9 next week. It's the penultimate episode. I want to thank Anzo for jumping on early with me. Anzo, shout out your channel real quick and get everyone some knowledge about what you do all the time, and even the great show we just did a second ago.
Big Afford Entertainment, guys. Make sure to check it out. We do tournaments, we do roundtables. Right now, we're discussing Daredevil, Born Again over there. Do Wednesday show, do Tuesday from show. So a lot of stuff we could do over there, man. I just appreciate coming over here and talking the show with you guys, and I appreciate you guys coming over to chill with me. So it's always a pleasure.
Hey, tomorrow we're doing a Paradise Round Table that we're gonna break that down.
Yeah,
and Sterling K. Brown is killing the ish out of the show. So please join us on that, guys, because I mean Paradise is another show that is excellent.
Absolutely. And after today's roundtable, I'm gonna have to figure out a
more
way
catch up on it. Yeah,
Tell him to shut up.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Jeez, holy cow.
Man, you gotta knock it out, B. It's so good. Paradise is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta just hammer out the last of it.
You're gonna really love it. I want you to talk because I want to talk to you about something about that. But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
I want to thank Brandman for jumping in. I know he just went to the movie theater and still came in. Once again, I want to say, hey, shout out to Tank. Thank you for always being there. Take your time and yes, hope Daphne, hope you're she's in a better place and he's in a better place, and that we'll see you on Monday, man. We love you always.
Love you, dude. Absolutely.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
The board has concluded the call.